Hello everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm Uncle Teddy Bear, and this is Uncle Teddy Bear's Feast, a podcast where we uncover the rich history and fascinating stories behind the foods we love. Today, we're diving into a topic that's as festive as it is delicious, the history of Christmas food. From ancient solstice feasts to modern-day traditions, Christmas meals are a tapestry of culture, religion, and seasonal abundance. So grab a cup of mulled wine or eggnog and let's explore the fascinating story of Christmas food. Let's start at the very beginning. Long before Christmas as we know it, midwinter feasts were a cornerstone of celebrations in many cultures. These were festivals of light, abundance, and survival, marking the winter solstice, the darkest time of the year. In Scandinavia, Yule was celebrated with roasted boar, a tradition that eventually evolved into the modern Yule ham. Mead and bread were staples, symbolizing abundance and community. Over in Rome, the festival of Saturnalia was in full swing. It was a time of banquets filled with roasted meats, figs, nuts, and honey cakes. Sound familiar? Many of these foods later influenced the Christian Christmas feast. And let's not forget the Celtic midwinter festivals, where porridge and preserved fruits were offerings to the gods. These were practical foods, designed to sustain communities through harsh winters, but they also laid the groundwork for future Christmas staples. Now, let's fast forward to the early Christian era, when December 25th was chosen to mark the birth of Jesus Christ. It was no coincidence. The date was meant to replace and incorporate these existing midwinter festivals. But before the feasting became fasting, Advent was a period of reflection and restraint. Once Christmas arrived, the celebrations were more joyous and often extravagant. In medieval England, the centerpiece was often a roast goose or even a swan, if you were particularly wealthy. The boar's head, served with great ceremony, symbolized strength and courage. Meanwhile, the poorer households might have celebrated with simpler fare like plum porridge, a dish of grains, dried fruits, and spices that's a precursor to modern Christmas pudding. And what about drinks? Enter wassail. This spiced ale or cider was shared in communal toasts wishing health and prosperity. It's the origin of the term wassailing or caroling, where people went door to door singing in exchange for a warm drink. By the Renaissance, Christmas feasts started to take on a more recognizable form. Thanks to the age of exploration, exotic ingredients like spices and sugar began to revolutionize cooking. One game changer was the arrival of turkey from the Americas in the 1500s. It quickly gained popularity among the wealthy, eventually replacing goose in many households. Meanwhile, sugar became a hallmark of festive desserts. Think gingerbread, marzipan, and elaborate sweet pastries, all symbols of wealth and celebration. Across Europe, traditions flourished. In Italy, panettone, a sweet, fluffy bread with dried fruits, became a favorite. In Germany, they baked Stollen, a rich fruit bread dusted with powdered sugar. And in England, mince pies took center stage. Fun fact, these pies originally contained real meat alongside dried fruits and warming spices, symbolizing the gifts of the Magi. And now, we've arrived at the Victorian era. a time when many of our modern Christmas food traditions were born. Thanks to Charles Dickens and his iconic novella, A Christmas Carol, the roast turkey was immortalized as the ideal Christmas centerpiece. Before this, turkey was a luxury, but Dickens made it aspirational for all. Victorian households also popularized Christmas pudding, made weeks in advance. It was a steamed mixture of suet, dried fruit, and brandy. Families gathered on Stir-Up Sunday to prepare it together, making wishes as they stirred the batter. Now let's not forget cranberry sauce, a North American addition that perfectly complements roast meat. And for the sweet tooth, the Victorians loved their Christmas cake and mince pies, now fully sweetened and meat-free. Now what's truly fascinating is how Christmas foods vary around the world. In Italy, families gather for the Feast of the Seven Fishes, serving dishes like bacala, calamari, and clams. And if you're a fan of the TV show The Bear, you would have seen the episode called Seven Fishes, where they showed this in full form. Meanwhile, in France, dessert takes center stage with the bûche de Noël, a Yule log cake. In Scandinavia, the Yule board, or Christmas buffet, features dishes like pickled herring, gravlax, and rice pudding. In Mexico, tamales and ponche, I apologize if I said that wrong, a warm fruit punch are staples of the season. Even in places like Japan, unique traditions emerge. Believe it or not, KFC has become a Japanese Christmas tradition, thanks to a brilliant marketing campaign in the 70s. Families line up to enjoy their fried chicken feast, and sometimes even order 2 to 3 months in advance. A modern twist on holiday dining. Today, Christmas food is a melting pot of traditions. We see fusion cuisines, vegetarian options, and modern twists on classics. From elaborate gingerbread houses to themed charcuterie boards, creativity is at an all-time high. And with globalization, people are embracing foods from most other cultures, whether it's making a stollen, trying Japanese Christmas cake, or hosting a Southern Hemisphere barbecue, because the possibilities are endless. So there you go. The history of Christmas food is a story of resilience, creativity, and joy. From ancient solstice feasts to Victorian pudding rituals and global modern trends, our holiday meals reflect centuries of tradition and innovation. This Christmas, whether you're enjoying a roast turkey, seafood, or a simple mince pie, you're part of a long and delicious legacy. So I also just wanted to say, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. This is the last episode of 2024. I'll be back in January with new explorations in food, new ideas, some things you may not expect, some things you may. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, please do not forget to subscribe. Share it with your fellow food lovers. Have a question or tradition you'd like us to explore, or like me to explore? Reach out on social media. You can also email me, ken@uncleteddybear.com. That's Ken, K-E-N, at uncleteddybear, uncleteddybear.com. Also my website, uncleteddybear.com, where you'll find links to all my socials and everywhere this podcast is available. So until next time, Merry Christmas again, Happy New Year, and Happy Holidays. See you soon.
Uncle lights up.